I just got a download. It's a song by Mariah Carey. I'm thinking about the lyrics right now. It's like, where is the thing? Oh. It's like, so take a look at me now. You're just an empty space, and there's nothing left here to remind me of the memory of your face. So take a look at me now. It's like a get back. It's a get back. It's like, it's for the person that hurt you, the person that like was very cruel to you. They fitting to feel real bad, okay? And I just heard sorry, not sorry. Good for them. That was kind of harsh. But hey, they ain't do the right thing in life. They chose to do something. It wasn't right though. Whatever they did. Because for all of you, it's going to be something different. But that song, take a look at me now. You're just an empty space. And there's nothing left here to remind me of the memories of your face. So take a look at me now. It's like somebody's about to get stunted on. You about to stunt on somebody. I don't know. And you know, you may not even be the type to even feel like you want to stunt on somebody, but at the same time, it's like, they see it if they see it. If they see it, oh well. It's not, you know, for some of you, I feel like some of you feel like that. And some of you, you want to stunt. Like, you want to be like, yeah. Some of you have that energy where it's like, yeah, you remember? Because I do. But now I don't because I forgot. You remember when you want to, when it's necessary. But, you know, there comes a point where there's no point in remembrance. You erase it. You know? When somebody truly, well, for who I'm picking up, right? What you do, you delete all the messages, all the pictures, anything that reminds you of this person, it gets trashed. And I feel like a lot of you did that. Everything, anything and everything that reminded you of this person, and that was a part of your healing. I'm like that. I'm guilty. Ouch. Everything. Trash. I forgot. I don't even know. I don't remember nothing. It don't even bother me no more. You know, in the beginning, it always, you feel crushed, but once you realize that you value yourself so much, you can't allow yourself to be like crushed like that, because how are you supposed to continue to live and move and, you know, do your daily duties? Like, you know, if you have a business, how you gonna run your business and you sad about somebody that, I was gonna say that they're not worth being sad about, but I don't want to diminish your feelings. That's not what I'm saying. But when it comes to their energy, they're not worth it to be mad about when you really think about what they did, you know? That's another thing that helps me when, you know, a relationship goes south, which I wasn't in a lot of relationships, by the way, but I'm not going to get deep into that. But yeah, no, I wasn't in a bunch of relationships, but when it goes south, it's like, I can honestly say, now that I think about it, I've only been in one relationship that was serious. That wasn't just like for play. It wasn't like for, oh, we're just going out on a date. No, I'm talking about like serious relationship. It's only been one, and the product of that one is my daughter. You know, I've had, friends that, it could have been something, but I realized it was nothing. But it's like one of those situations where I just feel like, take a look at me now, I feel like there was things that, I don't know if it was like just the past ex or multiple people like that you were in a relationship with. They just was wrong. They was just doing everything wrong. And you tried. I feel like you really did. You tried. But then you was like, this person don't even love me. They like attacking me. How you gonna be in a relationship and feel attacked? Like what is this? That's crazy. When you really think about that. Do you know how many people go through this? And this is the energy I'm feeling like. That's why I feel like a lot of y'all are in that stunt energy. I mean, a part of you always gonna feel like that. Even if you're like somebody who considers yourself peaceful and humble, there's always a little slither. Even if it's a little bit, you feel like, yeah. It's in there, okay? It's just a part of you. It's that ego pop out. It be in there. You ain't do nothing crazy. You just like, yeah. Don't it feel good? Just let it feel good. I think it's treatment. It's a treatment. Just to get a little egoic in that moment. Like, yeah. Because you know that you did them right. I think that's the space where you deserve to fill up on your ego real quick and feel yourself. When you accomplish something that somebody thought you couldn't, or when you like excel beyond what they spoke about you over your name and over your whole life. Some people speak horribly over the life of the person that they supposed to love. I heard sometimes you can have enemies that are within your family. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it happens. And sometimes you can be sleeping with the enemy and you don't even know until you know. And then that's why it's so heartbreaking, because it's like, how you gonna do that to me? And you think about everything that you did for this person. It's like, what? Me? You do that to me? You know? Hello, I'm Mystic Alchemy. Thank you for being here. There's nothing left to remind me of the memories of your face. So take a look at me now. I heard, look at me now. Oh, look at me now. Yeah. I'm getting paper. Maybe for some of you, because that song came to me, maybe it was about money. Maybe somebody tried to play you because of money. Like maybe you weren't doing too well at one point and you were trying to lift yourself up and encourage yourself and get it right. Always with good intentions, and then somebody tried to play you, try to be smooth too. Somebody try to be smooth. Trying to talk about what you do with the work right here. This 8 of Pentacles is a representation of work. They was trying to talk about what you do for work, how you get your money, trying to like downplay you, making you feel like you're not good enough because of what you were doing at the time. It's funny, I said time and then the Wheel of Fortune came out. That's a representation of like luck and time and moving into the right direction, like the tables are about to turn for the good or the bad, but with this work next to it, that's good. So many of you, the person that you were with was trying to talk, I heard Swayze. They try to talk sideways. They was talking out their mouth sideways. They were being very disrespectful. And it was about your money for a lot of you. It was something about your money. And now you got it though. Uh-huh. Heh. Yeah. Huh. It make you want to do that, right? Just that's what it make you want to do, because when it happens, it hurts. You gotta, pat yourself on the back, congratulate yourself, because it didn't even have to go down like that. It didn't. It didn't. It didn't. Evil. It's just like an evil spirited person that you ended up with, and you don't even know how. You're like, how did I? You probably looked at the person like, how the hell did I? What was I thinking? I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. How did I do that? See, money. That's what it was about for a lot of you. It was about finances. They were trying to talk funny style sideways out their mouth about you, and it made you feel uncomfortable. You were feeling like you didn't know how to feel. At the same time, you were giving to this person regardless of what you had. You still were there for them, and they had the nerve, very disrespectful. Okay, because I don't like it. I don't like that. See, that's stuff that bothered me. It's just certain things. I feel like that happened to me, and I'm not even. You know what? Let me just keep reading, because I be feeling it. I be picking up signals. Okay, I don't like that. It's just real cruel, and like, especially because there's so many people that don't want to do a thing. Okay, that's the first thing. There's so many people that are so lazy and they don't want to do anything with their lives themselves. They don't want to be there for their family. They just don't. And then for someone to be with someone like you, who you didn't have it like that at one point, but then, you turned a new leaf. You figured it out. And then with what you did have, you still gave. This is why it's important not to link up with lost souls, because they act like this. Because they're not divinely aligned, and they lack what should be basic understanding. They don't even have that. And then you're someone who you have good intentions. You want to do right by people, and you want people to do right by you, and that's not asking for a lot. That's supposed to be basic. It's not basic anymore. That is not basic ways of living anymore, because people have become so disgusting at heart. It's like those are people that you end up building like a disdain for. You start to feel very, you get this rough aspect of you comes out, because it's like a protector. It's like the layer of you that is a protector, and it actually takes you out of your character, because you really don't want to be that way. But when you know you're being attacked, it's like this protection field just raises up in front of you, and that's a part of it. Your attitude shifts, because you already know what this person is about, and you act accordingly. That is what acting accordingly is. Because some people will say like, oh, they don't know. Yeah, of course. Okay, I see that they don't know, but that don't mean still allow them around you and act like nothing happened. That doesn't mean that. Ooh. The baby cursed. I know that was a baby. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna just leave that alone. That felt synchronistic though, because I was just like feeling some type of way about this energy that you've experienced, because I can pick up on the frequency. I could feel it, and it felt like angry and frustrated. And it's like they said some mother effer, but it was strong. I don't know if you heard that, but you see the anger. What's wrong with that child? They said no, they didn't. They not listening. Maybe you were with somebody that wasn't listening. They was just crazy, just tripping, because they didn't get what they want, but they didn't deserve what they wanted anyway. So no, you're not getting it. Ugh, okay. You see what I'm talking about? I'm picking up signals. Roger that. Picking up signals. It is just not okay. There's just certain things that are just not okay, and this is one of them. like trying to downplay you because your money wasn't where you wanted it to be, but you were working towards your goals. You were working towards lifting yourself up, like I said, and learning and doing what you have to do. And this person that you were with was just a scoundrel. And it was disrespectful just all the time. It's like you probably looking at this person like, can I get a break from you? Like, how do I get away from you? And if you live with them, oh my gosh, I can only imagine what you were feeling. I can only imagine. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. I don't know. This is too much. Too mucho más. All you wanted to do was be happy. You was looking for somebody to settle down with and all that. Like, you know. You was like, you know, you was in the right state of mind. You were being so responsible too. And then you ended up with a heathen. Damn heathens. You ended up with a heathen. No. Everything was wrong. There were times where you were even still willing to give, even though they was acting crazy. Because it's almost like you were just going along, not going along with it, but almost like maybe this person will stop. Maybe they'll stop acting like this. Maybe if I don't know, do something, maybe they'll stop, maybe they'll calm down. But it seemed like it got worse from what I'm feeling. These people don't appreciate. They just be looking for more all the time when they don't even deserve what they did get. Some people just don't deserve it. Some people are probably like, oh, you mean. No, that's not mean. That's being real. Like, sometimes why would you give something of value to someone who is disrespectful towards you on a regular basis, someone who belittles you, someone who blatantly shows you every day that you mean nothing to them, basically. That's basically what it is. Like, somebody just, like, outright, like, no, you know something's wrong with you every day. Round and round with the same thing. This person was very disrespectful, always calling you out for something that wasn't even worth calling you out for, making things up about you, telling people, probably telling their family. Their family was probably up against you, thinking that what this person was saying was true, and it was not. Like, time for a nap. You were just like, you know what? Let me just go to bed. I'm just going to go to sleep because that's the only way I get peace. You might have had a dream, too, about this person. Like doing something, or just a dream that was disturbing to you. Or something about you finding something while they were sleeping. I just heard like they were sleeping and you saw something that they didn't want you to see, and it told you a lot that you needed to know. That happened for somebody. Higher power. I feel like Spirit helped you mend your heart. I feel like this kind of broke you. Not for you. It broke you because you're not someone who wants to keep on bouncing around from relationship to relationship. And when this relationship didn't work out, which you thought it was going to at one point, you felt broken. But I feel like your connection with God helped you to mend your heart back together. Because you realize like certain people aren't good for you. And sometimes you stick around people because you're visual. Like you like to see something that you feel is attractive. So you stayed in that relationship for an extended period of time. I did that before, I'm not gonna lie. I know better now. I ain't doing that no more. But I've done that because there was a very strong attraction. But the older you get, the more you realize what's most important. And when you gravitate towards what's important in your life, yes, looks are important because you don't want to be with someone who you're not physically attracted to. I think that's like I feel like that's dishonesty to yourself. It feels dishonest. So you want everything. You want everything that you want, basically, right? But for a certain someone, you might, waver from how you feel based off the person, how you feel about them. Because sometimes you might say you want someone who is a certain height, but then you meet someone and they're not the height that you want them to be, but they have everything else that you want. And in the height, it's like it doesn't matter to you anymore. That happens when it's true, when it's real love. You see past this checklist of things that you're looking for, and you just recognize a person for who they are, and you choose that person. It's just like, it seems like a lot of people that you were with in the past, like they showed themselves to be one way, but then when you got with them, they started to transform in front of you. Like, ugh, you saw some other side, like, wait, who is that? But it wasn't a good transformation. It was like real ugly. It was like, ew, this is how you act? Ew. Soulmate. So then you made room for your soulmate. After you recognize what you needed to see about this person that was basically belittling you, because that's what I feel, because you were in a moment of reconstruction. I feel like you were reconstructing yourself. You were like building yourself up. And there was a false mate. There was someone who's false in your life. So that's why I didn't go anywhere. And that's why you was always arguing with the person. That's why you always felt like empty. That's why you always felt disconnected. That's why there was nothing to really talk about. That's why, because that wasn't even your person. It wasn't your person. And I heard be thankful that they acted that way towards you, because honestly, you could have still been sleeping with the enemy. Yeah. So be grateful, even though it may not have been and felt like the best experience. It's funny because the last card says clean. It says clean it up. You swept that ass right out your life. That's what it needed to be. Sweep, sweep. Sweep, sweep. Trash. Okay? Some people have to go in there. It's just, some people just gotta go in there. It just has to be that way sometimes. That's just what it is. At least for you. Maybe somebody else want to deal with that nonsense, but that's not what you want. You don't want that. Because that person is not a real mate. They're just somebody who, they're not willing to rock out with you. If you don't have somebody that's like willing to be there for you through everything, that's not love. That's the problem. That'd be the problem when somebody don't really respect you. They just respect what you could do for them. Covenant, sacred contract. A lot of you had to go through this to recognize yourself and recognize what it is that you truly need. And which I heard, hold on, I heard something that was just like, you may have thought that what you need is not what you want, but what you want is more. It's like abundant, like it's an overflow of what you need. You may have thought that what you need is not really what you want, but you don't realize that what you need is an overflow of what you want. You can't just look with your physical eye. You must look with your mind's eye too. There's something deep about that. I don't want to crack the code, though. I'll let you do it. You crack that code, okay? But here's a contract. Here's a feather. Good luck. Good luck. Somebody's about to get a contract. Could be marriage. And I feel like it's a soulmate because I'm seeing a soulmate card in my mind. Deep, quiet meditation and stillness. Rest and renewal. This is going to be a very peaceful, loving relationship that you get into after that crazy situation. And it's going to be a new experience for you, so you're going to have to like adapt to it, because it is very it says the Watchers, transpersonal. This is like a woodwives. Oh, I never noticed that it said that. You about to get married to an ancient tree. It literally says woodwives here. I don't know if you can see that, but it says woodwives. Some of you are about to get married to someone who is very wise. And then the Watchers is here. This relationship is blessed, protected. Oh my goodness. If anybody mess with y'all, they're going to get shot down. That kind of sounded aggressive, but that's how it came out, so I'm going to just leave it. Okay. The Watchers. Look. There's literally many, like a whole fleet of spirits watching over this connection, and it's like very, very sacred. And then this contract, this first card says sacred contract. I've been feeling this energy. Stop playing. Oh my goodness. You see, the only way that you were going to be able to be blessed in such a way to end up with your soulmate is by recognizing that the last person was a fraud and moving accordingly. If you didn't move accordingly and stay with them because you liked what you saw, whew, you would have had a hard time, let me tell you. People don't be realizing how when you stick around somebody for too long, you destroy your own life by not removing yourself from around them. Literally, you destroy yourself slowly. And then it's a slow destruction. But you change. It says the herald of change, the horseman. It's not, oh my goodness, hello. It's this background I got, the blurry background. But it says horseman, herald of change. So being that you decided to make that change, now you are ready for the blessing that has been for you, which is to actually be aligned and ready for your soulmate. So congratulations. Congratulations to you, and you in the back. Okay? Because you got it like that. A rat-a-tat-tat. Yeah. So I think that's it for this message. Everything you do, do it with love. If you'd like to book a coaching call with me, you can go to www.milkhoneyRose.org. If you would like to purchase any of my books, you can. You can go to www.milkhoneyRose.org. And more books are coming soon. I'm going to start to work on them again because, you know, things have calmed down a bit, you know, so I have a little more time, you know. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I like to write. It makes me happy. I like to write very much. I like to draw. What do you like to do? Tell me in the comments. I would like to know what you guys like to do. I like to write, draw. You guys know what else I like to do too. Well, some of the things. But yeah. Okay, I love you. I'll see you in the next message. Bye.